Hi, Ronda LaRUe here. This video shares some of the words to express the experiences of men and women who have had the courage not only to come to this private marriage clarity retreat intensive with me, but who also have the generosity of heart to speak before a camera after this most vulnerable experience to help others who are suffering as they were. You'll hear from men and women from all over the world who have come to this unique spiritual approach to relationship crisis and crossroads. You're going to hear physicians, judges, professional chefs, foreign bankers, police officers, retirees, every vocation you can imagine. There are straight people, gay and lesbian couples who have come here seeking an honorable way of finding clarity and direction in their marriage at a very difficult time, and often after trying other traditional approaches. There are people in this video who have traveled from Croatia, Ireland, the UK, Australia, Hong Kong, and of course the US for our 48-hour private couples weekend healing retreat intensive from my private home in Ojai, California. It's always a challenge because words cannot even begin to capture the essence of a personal healing experience that expands consciousness and awareness, that reveals old wounds and blind spots that are impeding communication and stifling human and personal growth, that understands and explores biochemical differences in brain and emotional functioning between the masculine brain and the feminine brain and how to work with these differences, and that provides even more essentially, I believe, a playful landscape for soulful magic to come back alive in the hearts of these people. And all this with a nurturing, nourishing safe haven from which to meet the truth and make honorable decisions at a very difficult time, and then leaving here with a very specific, customized 9-month course of action for each person. So I thank you each again, these men and women here, for offering a few words to try to capture what isn't capturable and to try to help you and others find what all are seeking. That place where love lives and laughter flows and wisdom is harvested into the art of being truly you in this life.
Definitely come and you realize things about yourself that you didn't know were there.
We made a lot of progress over the weekend, more than years of being with each other.
Awesome. Thank you.
I think that sums it up. Yeah.
Great.
Coming to the retreat, to me, was saving our marriage. We really hit a point of a place where it just could not function and stay together anymore. And I feel like the coming to the retreat was very healing for us individually and together as a couple, because it was more than just psychotherapy that stays in your head. It was getting to the heart of ourselves and finding our own journeys and how to coexist on our own journeys, and to learn how to listen and support and break the old patterns that was keeping us in conflict. And I definitely feel a greater appreciation for you. I already appreciated you, but I feel a deeper appreciation for who you are as a person.
Yeah, I would pretty much echo what Melanie said. I think you, Rhonda, and Matt, you guys gave us a lot of tools and a lot of ways to help us explore, deeper than just the psychological level of what our superficial issues were, but just to go really into who we are as people and really kind of just understand kind of the sources of the conflict between us and healthy ways to resolve those conflicts. It's something you kind of have to experience to really relate, I think. But coming to the end of it, I feel like, whereas before I was very kind of shut off and pessimistic, and now I feel really like optimistic that with work, and with diligence, we can really have a great life, better than we've had before. And we've had a really good relationship at times in the past, but I feel like the potential is infinitely greater with the tools that we have now.
Awesome. What do you think makes us unique? If it's unique at all, what makes it unique? What stands out?
For me, it's it's a combination of the the personal one-on-one attention. That's one part of it. Just it's not like a class. I mean, it's very much just direct interpersonal relating, um, and it's like sort of hanging out with friends who just happen to be sort of gurus in this area. And then it's also the setting. I mean, it's beautiful and serene and peaceful and lovely here, and it's conducive to sort of turning inward and focusing on you and your relationship.
Um, well, I came with absolutely no expectations and not knowing who you were, how the system was. Um, and I've been to 3 similar workshops or counseling before. But I must say, I've never felt so at home and relaxed here and not stressed. Uh, the thought of there might possibly be some, I know you call it counseling, but in other workshops it was called role playing. The thought of there might be something like that, it would have killed me. But the environment was so stress free that I believe I jumped into it first before Frida did. And I was just completely myself this entire 48 hours. And as I said, we found 2 beautiful souls, new souls as our friends into future in Matt and Ronda. I can't thank you enough for not just the tools that you taught us, but the friendship that I'm looking forward to in both of you.
Thank you. We feel the same.
If you hit bottom and you think, and somehow you found your way to Rhonda's website, there's a reason you found her, and there's an energy that got you there. Follow through your feeling or gut feeling or whatever the spirit that is guiding you to here, because what you find here is like it's a Garden of Eden for us. And it's gonna take you from where you thought that there could not be new beginning. It'll take you from new beginning to new possibilities. I don't know what tomorrow holds for us, but I know at this moment I see just joy, happiness, and full of potential. And I could not have done this if it was not through Rhonda's system or teaching or guidance, and it made it more special for my husband, I think, to have Matt with us. Matt's gentle soul, and it just brought it all together. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
For us, it was life-changing because we were definitely at a crossroads, a fork in the road.
How about you, Frank? All the way from Hong Kong.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it really allowed me to discover a part of me that obviously has always been there that I've just never listened to. And I definitely overthought many things in my life and everything that I ever have been, basically everything that I've been doing. And I can see now going forward that I'm able to listen to the part of me that the feeling part, the emotional part that I was never allowing to speak to me. She's going to hear how I feel, and I'm going to hear how she feels going forward, which I think is going to be the best thing for both of us.
What can you say about traveling all halfway around the world to come to a private home and be in our house and working with us in this way? To someone who might think this is really weird.
I honestly didn't know what to expect, but it's, for me personally, it surpassed everything I'd imagined. I mean, I half thought that it might be like the therapy that you traditionally read about or see in a movie or hear other people talk about, but it's nothing like that. And it's tiring, but worth it.
And I think getting to the heart of the matters right away was great, and we had no desire to leave this beautiful retreat.
And go to the Ojai Valley Inn instead for dinner.
No,
Been there, done that. Was very happy to be
peaceful
here.
and restful and warm and kind-hearted, and we just wanted to be here.
Did you feel nurtured?
Nurtured. Safe place.
For sure.
Good. Thank you. It's payback. It's pay it forward. Okay, this is on you, Dan. For the sake of another person, you're a regular old guy's guy, 67 years old, but didn't want to come to something like this. What do you experience? Is it woo-woo? Is it foo-foo? What do you want to say to some other man?
I'd say if you have never experienced something like this, it's something you really should try. It was enlightening for me, amazing, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. But the difference here is it's interactive and you're participating, and we have both of you guys in there. And actually, I wrote on that little sheet, one of the things that was a surprise to me was how involved you were, Matt, because reading the literature and stuff on the thing, I really expected it was going to be just the three of us, Rhonda, Jane, and me doing this, and then Matt has been very involved, and I think that's great. By the way, thank you very much.
Somebody's got to cover your back. It'd be 2 against 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Bros got to stick together.
I'm so glad that we came as well, because literally we were on the brink of divorce. Like, I had just gone to the divorce lawyer a month ago for consultation. And I just think now we have hope. Now we have a new way of talking to each other, communicating with each other, opening up to each other, and just having a mature marriage rather than letting 2 8-year-olds fight with each other constantly. This is just, I think, a totally different way. I mean, this isn't traditional, like, talk therapy, couples therapy, where you go for an hour and then that's it. Then you just go back to the same crappy way of fighting with each other all week, and then you go for an hour. Or like my individual therapy, which was just blah, 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 complaining about what my husband had said to me all week. And for me, the biggest awe is really my husband. Of like seeing things in him that I haven't seen, like maybe ever. Like just amazing, like openness and like trust, and
He did, didn't he?
So no, this person doesn't hate me, because he's
Right.
he's here with me, and really is just open and amazing. And these are things that I never saw in him.
As far as coming here, you guys have given me like a different way to approach things, in the sense that, taking those 3 days, creating that bubble, getting into your soul, and not being, reactive to things, which I was big at, always reactive. And I think, I don't know if it's because, like I mentioned earlier, my upbringing, being in the military, being what I do now as a fireman, we always react to things.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle to be here, to find this energy and the path, and I never knew it. It just whole place. It was these 2-3 days. It was just a miracle. Never experienced before. Just knowledge, all the knowledge we learn, emotions, up and down. It was a happiness. It was a cry. It was everything. It was everything one time. And learn how to deal with your problems. Learn really how to deal with your problems and how to approach them, which way from the down deep, how to work them. It takes a lot of courage. Take a lot of courage to be here, to learn by yourself a lot of stuff. But on one hand, it was amazing. Amazing experience. I never had it before. Things I learned, I don't know if I can ever, I'm hoping I'm gonna learn more stuff in my life, but this was one of those moments to experience, to be here. I don't know.
Thank you.
Well, we have tried, before we came here, all kinds of conventional marriage counseling, individual therapy, psychotherapy, and none of it got us to the place we needed to be to understand ourselves and to understand our relationship and to communicate where we needed to about it. And this retreat did. And it's because the teachings and the atmosphere and everything about the place helped both of us to tap into something deeper and to understand something more powerful about our hearts and souls than just the brains and the intellect that we've been throwing at this unproductively for so long. It's the start of a new journey for us, both in our relationship and also individually, having discovered something new about ourselves. I was frankly very skeptical before I came here because was not a spiritual person, and didn't have much of a connection with anything other than the excuse me, I didn't have much of a connection with anything beyond the rational realm. I thought I never would. I've touched it now and found its use, and that has been the catalyst that's let me start to move forward and us start to move forward. So that's my journey here.
We had a lot of problems in our relationship, and it seemed like we would be able to come here and not be judged for the problems of the history that we've gone through as a couple. And I liked the idea as well that it was in a private home, and so we would be able to have moments to walk around, have moments to be able to have time and peace for ourselves, and to not feel like we have to get up and go to different appointments and work through issues, that we were able to be in this whole process for the time of our retreat. I looked at some other retreats in Australia, Spain, and also in the UK, and in the end we felt that we were able to come here without judgment and look with honesty at truth at our relationship and the difficult period that we've been going through, and be able to come to some sort of resolution
Thank you for helping somebody else with your words.
You feel it in your heart. It was very heart opening and hard, and but warm at the same time. It was just really nice, and it's definitely something that I needed in my journey in life, and I am really excited to take what I've learned and experienced here to the rest of my life, and hope to keep on retouching this point of I don't know if I want to call it breakthrough, but just this point of experience.
What's it like compared to the other things that are out there in the world? Or, you were hunting for something for a couples retreat. What's
the individual attention? I loved how we worked with both Rhonda and Matt. We were able to get two different perspectives, and as Matt was speaking during some of the times, I was able to hear the male perspective from the male, and who wasn't my husband, kind of, and it was very touching.
How is the aspect of being in our private house? Hi, Jasmine. Sit down.
Private, very welcoming and different. Nothing that I've ever experienced before, and very humbling. You were able to kind of, I have no makeup on, didn't do my hair, and that was it the whole weekend. And it was nice to just kind of be me, without the makeup and the curly hair and all.
In the 5-star hotel.
Exactly.
Thank you. You know where you were in your angst? You can say something I can't say because I'm on the other side of it. What would you say this experience is for the sake of somebody else, and also to hear yourself say it, because to offer it changes something in you. And I literally cannot see you, you're in shadow. And the other side of it is you get to turn the thing around and ask me anything you want to. But I can't see you at all.
Okay.
You're the shadow of wisdom.
This experience is the absolute depth of the bowels of anything that you can think of. And I've done quite a bit of self-work and looking in, and this is beyond any of those little things that you do anywhere else. This is straight elevator down and then elevator up. And so it's remarkable. And since I've been here, I've been all over the map, up, down, sideways, just all over. And it's been incredibly difficult and wonderful.
Safe place?
Well, that was what I was just about to write on my sheet, that the biggest thing, the biggest draw is the safety and the absolute judgment-free zone, and the love that you just feel deeply. Is that when I was decompensating and falling apart and everything, it was just, I felt so safe and so loved and very safe. Thank you.
Thank you. You're in the shadows over there. Oh, you're less in the shadows. I can actually see you a little bit. I'll put a little more light cast from over there for the sake of other people and for you to hear what you need to say. What's this experience?
I came here not knowing anything. It was completely on blind trust, and coming here out of great need. I too went all over the map in my emotions, short with some of the decisions I was thinking in my head, and then I did have somewhat of an epiphany, something that hasn't happened to me, that I think happens regularly to my wife, where I start feeling something that I didn't know even existed. And it was scary, but it was also something that I want to know more about. And I think I've got a taste of it. I don't want to lose that. I want to know more. And the way that the two of you work together and independently, I wanted more time with you. It was not like, when is this going to be done? It's, is this going to be done? And that'll be the problem when it's done.
Can you imagine how much can happen in a weekend?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I honestly, I didn't think I'd be here. Not in a million years. If you told me Friday night you're going to be sitting here saying what I just said right now, I would have bet you the farm, your farm, my farm, I would have bet it all. You would have been dead wrong, because I'm like this. I'm the monkey, and that's how it's been.
Oh.
Whoa.
Here's what a 1 year follow-up, 1 day checkup looks like. What does it look like?
What does it look like?
What does it look like? You guys are so cute. Come on, some kind of kiss or something.
I gotta kiss him.
Awesome.
My name's Emily, and my experience with the soul arts has finally given me, brought me to a place in my life where I have deep gratitude for the mystery, the not knowing, and the art of life, of my life.
If you knew that you would die today, you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that love can't break your heart, when you're down so low you cannot fall, would you change? Would you change? How bad, how good does it need to get? How many losses, how much regret?